Ha ha ha. please signal any draw matches. Ready, 30 seconds. Vice referee, ready.
Jets that have a clean stick, we're not open.
Yeah.
They're like 100%. It's Peninsula. So don't you get also I need some. Needs to lift me up out of if we bet wash, you have to give me actually bet wash. You gave me that. Hey. How do I get this? Probably gravy or something. And that's sauce. Which one do you? So use this up. So you. Mine and you can get it. Should I take some? I'm gonna stay on. Yeah. Just roll me later. You take it now and drink it. Oh, that's your money, eh?
Yeah, it's money.
That's his money. Into the chill song. It was mine. I rolled it off him. Really looking for me. Great. I didn't think she was all that at first, but she's got a mean personality as well. Just like that. Do you know what's harder than this? My dude. And again, not my friend. There's probably something.
Think about chickens. You know chickens?
Remember that one we found that chicken in the soup?
That doesn't mean smack it with your cock. Oi, did you smack a chicken?
Come and do it.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you guys.
What's the whole thing that taking happens, man? We'll cover it. Why is it cucumbers? I'm in your head something. I'm even. You're not a pig. Stop being a pig all the time. You're a chicken. Stop being not a chicken. Oh, my camera's been on the whole time, sorry. Hey, Shanna, what food is this? Food free.
This was me. Sorry. You know, you're gonna get my sticker. Send it to you.
Sorry, man.
February 10th or something.
Don't we have one in one in Feb already? No, when is our like trial and done? Because we have to swim from somewhere to. Don't understand when you're done.
Wait, our 16 is still realize, like I reckon
No,
we
it's
could
not.
get.
No, we could actually. Our base is pretty. Hey, check out something for that. Wait, dude, I reckon we could like come out come outside. Oh my god! Do you reckon so? Or the memory from last week goes up in the 80. That's not a very good thing. I'm just saying.
These are the most.
Experience and shit. Yeah, as well, but the only thing that's gonna make us shit.
Oh yeah, I told him today in the training warm-up, I was like, bro, if you want to focus on me, in the middle of the move, you just trying to go after you, but we're not going to run that. And they're like, if you can move, you go in there and move. So usually we had to go in.
You won't be at work and you'll be like, oh, who will not work?
We won't play. I don't know.
So they're gonna go down there and get some of it.
So I don't really know. What are you going to get when you get straight series or something? So
I'll come down with you.
Hey, I want a pop thing, but the extra thing.
Yeah, I might have
Hurry up. These guys put chips in the middle. Put chips in the middle. Usually they're all in the
Referees, please signal any drawn matches.
These are good ones.
Grand final day continues here at the New South Wales State Cup, and a big result for Peninsula, winning the Masters mix 6 tries to 3 against Foster Tuncurry, and we are joined here by an esteemed a guest here, Wayne Grant, the high performance manager for the Australian team. Wayne, we have opposing views here. I'm Joel Kane. You're tipping Western Suburbs to take the title. They've had it for 2 years with the Cronulla Sharks.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I guess the interesting pre-conversation that we just had might have changed my mind. But yeah, look, I think just a little bit more recent experience with the two Moe sisters. That's basically what I'm basing it on. I know they won the round game, but you're reliably telling me that Cronulla weren't wound up in that round game. So should be an interesting game.
My tip does come with a major asterisk, Wayne. I need to disclose this. So the 14 is my wife.
Yeah.
So it'll be a long drive home if I do tip against them. So, look, they have won the last 2 years, and what an amazing tale. Cronulla and Western Suburbs, they go back a long way when they were playing the under-20s. They're now playing the 30s, but 72
1 minute, our drop-off has been completed.
Now that's some very, very good research. Yeah.
Well, the 30th grand final here in the stadium.
West have won the toss, so they'll go to the southern end of the ground. So those who are just joining the coverage, Wayne, who do we need to keep an eye on here as far as both teams are concerned?
I look for West. They'll rely on their New Zealand representatives, the two Moe sisters, the 207, Tara and Tina. Quite good players. Just graduated out of the Women's Open competition last year. So, but Nola Baker, the number one, is really their second.
Your chicken.
Tap off. 30 minutes is the duration here. Cronulla taking on Western Suburbs.
For the Sharks.
Players and referees ready.
The goals of Bombala play.
They're playing sisters as well. Angela Bertha, who completes the trio of the girls formerly known as Ma. They go to the right-hand side here. It's West who have possession. Angie Stojkovski goes forward now, and there's one of the Morhe sisters who makes the dive. But the tap taken by Thompson. Stewart was there as well. But dangerous sides already here for Western Suburbs. Morhe, the Pied Piper. She just retreats a little here. Back to Stojkovski, who drives the game. Back to Morhe. Morhe links up with the sister. Long ball away. Western Suburbs. They strike immediately.
Ideal first set of the game. Touch 2, I think it was just testing. Dive at the line there by Tina. Brought the Sharks defence nice and tight. And then they bring the plan B, which is the long ball to Marley on the wing. Perfect start for a West fan.
Yeah, we press now for women's 30 there, scored by the West Magpies, number 8 for another Marley.
You turn in, so Cronulla now head towards the southern end, and it's
Westfield,
It's
February
Marley,
80,
plays
please,
back to
1-0.
Stewart, who darts at a dummy half, 10 away, sweeping play back to McAllister, picked up, Stewart back to the left-hand side, she's looking for Rose, there a lethal pass, hands of Western Suburbs, looking for chases, they swarm the Sharks, they go out west. They're looking back to the West Magpies, they've been running across the halfway line here, and Stewart upfield goes Kato to 20.
Yeah, I think their play was right, though. I thought the switch was on, it just popped up a little bit too.
Time for the West Magpies. Rihanna Marley getting her second try of the game. Lead 2-0.
Anderson, who had an unusual warm-up, stretch of hamstrings, a calf, and then
finally
moving on the field. Here goes
New
Howe.
South Wales
Howe
champion.
is Stewart, dangerous,
team
looks
in
to
the
the
world.
right, back to Howe. Howe, long pass to the It's Cleary who gets the ball down, Pedley Canella.
Robertson won that.
Back to Anderson Stewart. Stewart who will control things here, finds Beckhouse. So both sisters have and Western Suburbs 2-0, well in control. And what a frantic game it is, Wayne. We've had 3.5 minutes only. 2 tries already. Baker now to Baker. And Baker is 20 metres out here. Baker sort of trapped 3 minutes ago. He was takes it around the side through. Becker on that side, about 5 metres out of hand over the defence. It's an amazing story. Quinn, there's been 9 children from these girls. There's an all athletes pool this year, 72 in total. But as for Quinn, for the Florida Sharks, Quinn wearing number 15 and Nola Baker number 1 for Western Suburbs. They got a trial 3 months ago and they're playing here at the Browns level.
That's amazing.
Sends it back.
Sharks group.
Just moving to take the start of the fresh legs getting
Yeah, but apparently that team that Barano versus lost to fucking Bankstown. That was everyone's saying.
Whereas Jetpack's sort of take that 10.5.
We have to leave. We can't.
Yeah. Just leave it 10 minutes.
21 to go, but you just get the sense they've got to score next to all three that they can ill afford as they bounce upon Baker. And 5 away, here's a trick shot, Cato. The left to Ramos, Swinkowski takes them on. And good defence. Back to the ball, in goal they go, the Sharkies. Left, they go away now to Baker again, setting it up for Cato. Cato tries to Kolsky. Swinkowski once again.
I'll take it out. 10 minutes.
Cato down the arm, back to Swinkowski. Goes to the side, not happy to hand it over there for the Sharkies in the corner.
This opens goes. No, it's 30.
Dummy
He's
half
going to make it like 60.
steps, dummy half counts as in Kobe Kelly. Looks for Rose, back to Beckhow. And Beck now buys Cato. There goes Rose, up left and right. Bullet past to Stewart, the two big guns on here. The 6 and the 7, and Johns and Rocky of the Cronulla Sharks.
Hey, man.
There goes Rose, looks for Stewart. Stewart back to Rose. And 6 to go. She's quick with the ball. Back to Rose. Rose falls back to the middle position. Get it back to the middle. Here comes back to Jess House. Stewart inside the 5. She goes down to Bennett. Back to Stewart.
Well, Cronulla scored by number 7, Clinton Stewart. Score now West 2, Cronulla 1.
So Wayne Smith, who's the father of Kobe Kane, played for Western Suburbs and the Cronulla Sharks, almost a Wayne Smith Cup. He's co-coaching with Glenn Anthony. Just get the sense he needed those big guns out there as West looking to strike back immediately. Get back that true try buffer as Solomon pounced upon by Anderson. Yeah, you just got the sense that the coaches in Smith and Anthony, they just wanted to get those big troops out there to get themselves on the board. It paid dividends.
I think we'll see what I was to know sisters here run these sort of static play here.
So more here. They got the numbers here. They go away to Solomon. Solomon in the corner. And Marley has a hat-trick. Marley has a very early hat-trick. 11 minutes gone. Western Suburbs 3-1.
Yeah, and that's what I thought West would go to.
The
Can
touchdown
quite hard to
against the
defend.
Marley
Sharks
from
defensive
West
line needs to
Suburbs
compress there. And once they see a compressed defensive line on the short side, it's like quick hands. Which they've done effectively twice now. So pretty hard to defend when you've got to cover all those options.
So Cronulla looking for 3 in a row in the women's 30s, and Wollongbar with Scotty Prince looking for 3 in a row. Do you think they can do that, Princey's team?
Yeah, I've watched Prince's team over the weekend. They look like they've just been going through the gears, to be honest. Princey hasn't done much. I said I'd say that today.
He's been quiet. Here comes a Howe. Bullet pass across the Kane. It goes low, and typically Kobe's hand's much better than mine.
I was wondering what you were going to say then. Yeah. Bad pass. It was a bad pass.
So Western Suburbs again towards the box.
2 people on the field.
Yeah, just the 2.
Yeah.
That's all they need as space gets across to Moon. And there goes dummy half Hawks. She'd love this so far, and she said specifically, we've put this team together to bring down the Sharks. Like the Nemesis, all those years, they've never beaten them in a big final.
Is that right?
Yeah, and they said today's the day. They're so hungry for this one, Wes. But with 17 minutes to go, 2 points is not a far enough distance in the rearview mirror if you're a Western Suburbs fan.
No, and this repeat set, even though it is on halfway, they look like they've got their guns on here to try and get it back to 3-2.
Yeah, Lamb there, Stewart there, Rose there, all Origin stars. So The cohort there just communicating. And the number 3, Leona Bennett, she's an Irish international, as it goes back to Stewart, a lawyer by trade. Rose just starting to set up something here as McAllister comes on. McAllister goes down now for Bennett. Bennett to Rose. And Rose within 10, that left to right again to Stewart. They've got him on the back foot. Stewart gets the pass away and Ayub just collared. How brave this Ayub, a broken scaphoid. You see her left hand is heavily bandaged up, but she marches on. Her father-in-law is the manager for Jonathan Thurston as Rose goes forward. Left-hand side now to Bennett. Bennett, here's the numbers for Cronulla. The pass goes to Kane and Darling, well done. Scores in the corner. The Sharkies get it back to 3-2.
That was, you can't buy experience at Coles. Gabby Rose just brought the wrong middle up to make the touch. She thought she was doing the right thing, but all she was doing, she saw the West defence had numbered up wrong on the tap. And all they required was just quick hands to Dahl, as you call her. Fantastic finish.
Team back into it now by 1.
So here come West again. Now, last time Cronulla scored, they bounced back immediately, West. So they need to ensure there's no complacency on this occasion. Driving forward, taking the metres was Baker. Quick play the ball, they go. Cato again looking for inside runners, but taken by Barlow. So back to about 10 metres out they go here, West. Cato starting to instigate a few things. Stojkovski wants it the other way. Now Stojkovski gets it back to Cato, but ball down.
Coach killer. Not count the touch count. That was a 6 touch.
Game in the balance here, 3-2. We've had right at the midpoint of the game as Beckhow keeps it up the middle of the field. Anderson likewise, and Anderson plonks the ball down for Barlow. Barlow looks left to Beckhow. Beckhow back to Anderson. Anderson drives it forward. There goes Beckhow. She's speedy. And she'll find Anderson again. Links up now with Ayub. Ayub trapped 10 metres out. Dummy half they go. Thompson. Thompson to Lamb. Ball missed.
I like the look of that set from Sharks. They kept the ball in the middle of the field and put West defensive middles under a lot of pressure. They stick with that style. I think that's their ticket to get right back into it.
Western Suburbs again sticking to the formula. Here comes the fresh legs and Lucy Rima trapped. The dummy half there is Viasini taking off Morhe. This is dangerous when they combine, the Morhe sisters. Speed to burn, penalty offside. It was all the speed, put pressure on the Sharks, penalty West.
And they've done such a good job to keep on it halfway. Last touch, penalty, just a little bit of foot in the ruck, unfortunately.
So Morhe, this time it's through Tina. Tina looking back to Tara, the captain coach. Morhe to Morhe, it's Morhe plural. Here's the set play. What happens here, Wayne?
It
looks trouble. Morhe sends it out wide, and for a moment there, the ball goes lost, and I thought Marley was about to have a fourth.
Yeah, that's an execution. That's Tarantina's bread and butter. We call it a two-step. I think we'll see that a few more times in this game.
So Rose sends a bullet across to Howe. Here's looks promising. Rose again. Bennett, who's playing with a busted foot, gets the ball down. Left-hand side to Barlow. This is a chance here for the Sharks. Bennett back to Barlow. Her sister's on the left-hand side. Rose, cut out ball away to Quinn, who dives, and they get one back. No, said the referee.
Fantastic touch. But what about that pass? No look.
Rose again.
Yeah. Great pass.
So Quinn has to hold things up here. No troops on the field. They eventually come through Anderson. Anderson angling charge. Oh, Anderson almost went straight through. But Morhe makes a touch. 3-2. West have the lead. 12 minutes 48 to go. McAllister does well to hold it. Bennett goes down. Lamb scurries from dummy half. Lamb back to Bennett. Ball lost. And the Magpies defence resolute once again. See, I've got one regret, Wayne, for my rugby league career. If I had my time over again, I would have got stuck into this touch at a much younger age. It's skill tick, fitness tick, speed tick, agility tick. That's why you see the likes of Ponga and Johnson and Dufty and Matt Moylan and these superstars, Soward, Marshall. Their skill level is just so far superior, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's just the amount of decisions that you have to make with it. Either defensive decisions, but especially for our ball players, the amount of decisions you have to make with the ball in hand. the eyes up play that need to scan defensive lines for opportunities. You just get the ball in your hands a lot in the games of touch with a lot of pressure. So you see how that transfers over to some of the halves in the rugby league game. Like Kalen and came through his junior touch career.
Here comes Stewart, so Stewart scheming. She's got support, Stewart. Here's a chance, Kane is open, and the Sharks are back. The beautiful Darling gets a second. Western Suburbs 3, Sharkies 3, 11 minutes 20 remaining.
Colin Stewart is on fire. Their game plan looks to be to move West around on that first phase play, and then take advantage of Colin Stewart's speed with the ball in hand. Quite effective. A little bit contrasting to West, who are trying to compress their defensive line and play off one phase. Sharks running the ball a lot more.
Isn't she
effective?
Big game player, Stewart. Kylie Stewart.
She loves getting the ball in her hands.
Immediately, though, they're under the torch a little bit here, the Sharkies. Very tight defensive line, so...
Yeah, see how tight that Sharks
you like that?
Line is? It needs to be while these two are on the field, but they're going to have to react very, very quickly once last touch.
Happy to hand it over in the corner.
Yeah.
No, they're not about to.
So this is really in the grind now. Barlow treks upfield to Stewart. Stewart goes to Howe, and Jess Howe, a beautiful pass back to her sister Beck. Back to Barlow. Barlow works the middle. Stewart goes down, controlling things. It's Howe this time. Beck dummying, looks back for Jess. This little instinct between the sisters. Beck takes off. Back to Jess Howe. Speculator ball lost back to West.
Again, I'll say I love the way that the Sharks just kept the ball in the middle of the field and made nearly every single defender for Wests make a decision or backpedal, or I think that's going to pay dividends at the back end of this game, because Wests are working very, very hard defensively, as opposed to a few of the Sharks girls out there, really.
Geez, that's nice work. Nice work from Baker.
Good hands.
Baker to Stoikovski, so all of a sudden Cronulla under the pump. They've got numbers huge here. West, they must score. Stoikovski gets it away to Marley, and Marley make that 4. 4 tries for Western Suburbs Magpies. 4 tries for Marley.
And there we see the benefit of the subset. Just as I was trying to say that the Sharks' open field defenders were not having the bludge, but they were back on side and ready. That's where once you bring those defenders all the way over this side of the field to the sub box, it opens up that open side of the field. And if one defender misses their assignment, that can be as easy as it can be to score in the corner over there.
So Thompson on the field, who's about to get the ball. What a story a few years ago. Thompson left tournament midway to have a child as Stewart takes off. Back to Rose. Here's danger. Here's Lamb, who dives and touched. Aid is open. There's a chance for a try, but they go back to the 5 out. Stewart to Lamb. Lamb goes down. Here goes Stewart again, looking for Rose. Rose. Great defence, Western Suburbs Magpies.
Yeah, they got a bit of energy out of that last try, West. You can see their sub-box is up and about now, so that was a good defensive set.
Speaking about how tough some of these girls are, as Cronulla get the ball back. Bennett playing with an injured leg. Likewise, I mentioned Thompson, who went to... Stewart dives over! Has Stewart pinched the try for Cronulla? No. Yeah, Thompson had a child, mid-state cup, at the local hospital here in Port Macquarie, and then came back on Sunday to coach a team as Rose goes wide. Ayub, back to Rose. Rose. By the way, Sharks. Jess Howe. Looking for Rose. Little set piece coming up here. Jess Howe. Back to Rose, but they're all over here. West, great defence again. Gee, they've got numbers on the left here, Sharks, if they wish to take it, but they continue on the right. Barlow. Barlow this time looks for Quinn. Quinn back to Barlow. Swooping play. Sisters they are. Barlow back to Rose. Now Ayub. Nice tip on. Back to Barlow. But defence brilliant. Again from Western Suburbs, who lead by 1. 7 minutes remaining. Stoikovski.
That does, yeah. Yep. That's probably the 3rd time the Sharks are getting West to piggyback up the field. Just need to cut those out.
So the Morhe, well, one of the Morhe sisters on, and the captain, Coach Tara, who's guiding people under here, and this time it's Nashi. Nashi gets the pass away to Hawks, and this is a dangerous play here. Morhe dives and scores the try, and that could break the heart of the Sharks. Morhe picks it up. Western Suburbs 5, Cronulla 3, 6.5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, it could break your heart because they did so well. They had West at halfway, and unfortunately that penalty in the ruck. Look, really good sweeper from Tara. Can be very hard to defend that back inside the middle space. Sharks just, they'd had that space handled previously, but just clocked off on that one.
I know it's a long time in touch, Wayne, but it's non-negotiable now, isn't it? They've got to score next. Sharks.
Yeah, this would be the set that they need to. They really just to give them some energy back in as well.
Beck Howe from dummy half. All back inside to Anderson. Well read, Morhe.
Lots of switches from the Sharks girls, which I really like. I do.
Beck Howe for Stewart. They jump on Stewart. No dummy half. This is the last handover West. 5 minutes 40. And if you're watching this via the streaming, you think not much time left. We'll go and jump on a treadmill, full pelt for 5 minutes 30. That'll sort you out, won't it, Wayne?
Yes, definitely will. Yeah. And they've stayed on the field here, West. They didn't run their subset, so they obviously thought this was probably one of the key sets of the game.
They've wanted this badly, and Tara Morhe wants to put this to bed. Solomon has speculated, not the sort of stuff they really need leading by 2, as Morhe back to Solomon, back to Morhe. Morhe looking for support. Here's the chance, Morhe, but Stewart a try saver, potentially a match saver. 5 minutes remaining. Yeah. Western Suburbs 5, Cronulla 3.
Set plan for West. If you're going to turn the ball over at the end of the set, that's the corner that you want to turn it over in.
Are you happy to just do that now? Put the cue in the rack and just drive it to the corners?
It looks like the West girls are going to be happy to do that. There's a deliberate plan to get there.
So McAllister back for Bennett. Now Thompson, who glides past the halfway line. Bennett goes down. Here comes Thompson. Penalty. This may help.
Yeah, that will help.
Is this all chips in here? Must score?
Yes, must score here.
4.5 to go.
Has he bought?
As Lamb goes down. There goes Thompson. Heads upfield. She's been such a big asset, Thompson, for the last 7 years or so. She puts it down 5 metres out. How? It's played off West. So they still have a chance here, 6 to go. Keeping in mind, if they do score, Western Suburbs get the tap off. 4 minutes remaining. The defending champs, they've won the last 2 grand finals. Down by 2. Jess Howe takes them on one-on-one. Howe goes through. What a try for Jess Howe. Cronulla Sharks back into the game. Some individual Howe brilliance.
That was fantastic by Jess. Again, West subbed for some reason, and Nola had to run on the field. Jess saw that. Jess saw that Nola wasn't really ready. And fantastic feet. Good speed by Jess. That's vital try. All they need is a stop here.
So 5 points to 4, 5 tries to 4. Western Suburbs have the advantage. 3 minutes 15 to go here in the women's 30s grand final. They send it up here again. Cato plays the ball quick, and they're trying to put this to bed. Coming up by Barlow. It's 6 to go for West. 3 minutes exactly to go here at the Hibbard Sports Ground in Port Macquarie, the grand final. Western Suburbs, who've never beaten this team, Cronulla, in this category, can they do it here finally? They desperately want it. Tina Morhe comes into the contest. The superstars are there, Morhe plural. This is the captain, Coach Tara, dictating play, foxing with the Cronulla Sharks. 2 minutes 39 remaining. Tara Morhe dives. That will be it, you think. Tara Morhe scores the try, and that will be the championship for Western Suburbs. 6 tries to 4 against the gallant Cronulla Sharks.
Yeah, and that was very good play by Tara. Just brought the defence exactly where she wanted. Took advantage of that little inside space. I thought the 2 players called.
Second try for Tara Morhe.
Have a case?
No, actually, that's probably a good decision. The replay.
Now, this is some team to beat. This Sharky side have had a stranglehold on this competition. Western Suburbs. Well, they've got a last throw at the stumps here, Cronulla. And Stewart will not give in. It goes to Thompson. Thompson dummies. Almost taken. Howe back to Thompson. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Where there is light, there is hope. Thompson scores a try for the Sharks.
And it's definitely not over. A minute 40 is a very, very long time in a game of touch. Probably 3, maybe even 4 sets. So the Sharks stop here.
Back through Belinda Thompson.
They've got a chance. They can go the length of the field. The way they've been playing, they can go the length of the field and put one on.
Minute 25. What does that mean in sets, would you say, Wayne? 3 or 4?
It's probably about 3. Yeah.
3. So
yeah.
here comes Cronulla Morhi. Yeah. And if they are to win this Western Suburbs, the Clive Churchill equivalent must go to Morhi. She's just at 3, all the game was in the balance, but she has just taken a stranglehold of it, Tara. There goes her sister Tina. Tina just taken down. So a minute 2 to go here, the Western Suburbs side who lead by 1. Desperately trying to avoid the drop-off. The touch made by Bennett. Western Suburbs through Morhi. They just want to keep the ball at this end of the field. They've got a shot here, Cronulla.
They do. And that was better from Cronulla. Good line speed, getting up at their line. And there they go.
Back to Rose. Rose a bullet to Stewart. 40 seconds remaining here. Bennett. Quick play the ball, Stewart. Heading upfield now, Rose combines with Stewart. Can they steal one here? The pass goes out to Kaylee. Speedy. She has Lamb in support. It goes back to Lamb. Oh! Western Suburbs might hang on with 22 seconds remaining. 6 tries to 5, they lead.
Oh, that was so disappointing. I would love to have seen a drop-off. I would have loved to have seen a drop-off. 2 contrasting styles would have been a fantastic drop-off to watch.
Heartbreak for the Sharks, but they've been gallant. There's 2 tackles, there's 5 seconds to go, there's not enough. Wests have done it. The coveted championship is heading to the Golden West. What an upset will be the champion side. Full time. Western Suburbs 6. Defeat Cronulla 5 in the 30s Women's Championship here at the State Cup in Port Macquarie. Wayne, what a cracker.
Yeah, that was a very good game, and you called it. I didn't think it was going to be that close, to be really honest, but fantastic performance from the Sharks girls.
So if we are naming a player of the match, is it a late Mazir for Tara?
I think she was probably the most influential. Yeah, I think she controlled the game when it needed to be controlled. When they needed a try, she put the try on. So yeah, I'd probably give her the MVP for that game. But very, Kylie Stewart, I thought was fantastic. She was, the equal of Tara in the opposition as well. So yeah, really good game from her as well.
Jess Howe had a big last 15 minutes for Cronulla.
Yep.
But, credit goes to Western Suburbs. And you've got to think, and as I said, 72 kids between these elite players, these champion players, Western Suburbs, the 20s, the 80s, and now the women's 30s. And look, most of these Cronulla side are eligible for the 40s, so it's some achievement. But look at all these kids running on. It's great to see. Western Suburbs, congratulations. 6 tries to 5. They've had to earn it. They won comfortably when they met in the first round, but there are some big questions and they defied those. Congratulations to the Western Suburbs side on a huge achievement. To captain coach the team, Tara Morhi, to get them home and to defeat this legendary Cronulla side 5 tries to 6. Take a bow, Western Suburbs. Here in the coverage coming up, Scott Prince from the Wollongbar side. They're taking on the 30s grand final here. What a day it's been at Hibbard Sports here in Port Macquarie as the State Cup warming up continues. Grand final day.
Players and referees, 30 seconds.
Welcome back to the Regional Sports Stadium here in Port Macquarie. We're ready for the men's 30s game between the Mooloolaba Mavericks and Western Suburbs. Some key matchups in this particular game, not the least of which is Gary Sonder playing against his old club, Western Suburbs. It's a pretty tidy lineup the Mooloolaba Mavericks have got with Wayne Grant. And Wayne, who do you think's going to win this one?
Look, I would have to, I'm betting man, as you know, and I would have to put my money on the Mavericks. I watched them playing a couple of round games and I thought they were just warming up, let's say that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Gary up against West. This should be a great game.
Yeah, they're chock full of stars. The
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
The
Players and
Mavericks,
referees,
and
ready.
not the least of which, Scott Prince, the NRL star, and he'll be taking his place out there. And the Mavericks get us underway now. They move into the Western Suburbs territory. It's in their hands there. Jones, he gets it down in front of his brother Nathan to Prince. They throw it back.
I think we're going to see a lot of that, Dean. Prince on the sweep, either diving at the line or giving that back to Jonesy.
Yep, I would agree. They played a lot of touch together up in Queensland and also in the Northern Rivers where they play for Mooloolaba. Off the right foot there, back to Nathan Jones. He'll be looking short on the inside to his brother. Just floating across the field. He gets it on the outside and they're taken there well by Western Suburbs, and that was, well, you can tell me that name. Number one there.
Well, I can tell you that name. Here goes Princey.
Long ball back outside to the gentleman we were just talking about. The referee's going to say this was touch.
Great touch. That's two great touches from the 15 from Wests. Lee Wiley.
Here they go around on the sweep again. Prince, as Wayne Grant told you he would. Jones all the way through. The great long ball out to the winger there. Cameron Sherwood not able to hold on to it. But Jones showing all his class, showing it inside, outside, sliding through into the end goal and then throwing the long ball.
As I was going to say, Benny Alphabet we call him, Dean, number one.
I'm happy to go with
Yeah,
Benny Alphabet. As Western Suburbs now drive out through the line. Giacano with the ball. He gets it down in front of Trent Toomer. Trent, an ex-Australian mixed open player. He's with the ball in his hands as well. He doesn't mind a sweep every now and again. He'll come out of half here, Toomer. He goes off the left looking short. He's looking for 6 to go, but the referees have called that ball down. I think that was the right call.
I think West look like they're going to be their game plan, I think, looking for the passing option off Trent. One of the quickest passes to ever played the game. The speed of the ball out of his hands is fantastic.
Well, he can get a bit of weight behind it these days, but anyway, he's playing 30s and he still has all the skills he had when he was in the Opens category. He'll be celebrating his wife's victory in the game before. He's married to Tara Moe. And there goes Trent Toomer driving it towards his box. They bring the troops on now. They're getting it through the hands. Stephen Tachi dancing around. Coming out of half. Nothing really on the Mavericks' defensive line. Held well there.
We see West using pretty much the identical subset pattern that the girls were just using in the last game, Dean. So we'll see if that works for them in this game as well.
Yeah, they're a club who sticks together in all their facets, and one of those facets is the way they believe the game should be played. So you'll see a lot of Western Suburbs teams play very similar styles. Ball going to the ground that time from the Mavericks as they tried to attack into the attacking zone of the Western Suburbs Magpies. They'll be now looking to move the ball out.
That's also Kane Rangi out there, isn't it, Dean? The 11 playing for West's
Yep.
ex-New Zealand representative.
Yeah, and now somewhat of a CrossFit competitor too. He's been entering into a few CrossFit competitions since he ceased playing Opens with the Eastern Suburbs Club. His wife Justine, plays for the Western Suburbs Association when she's not having babies, and he's now made the move over to West as well, but been very successful in the CrossFit arena. Jones now, he'll have the ball, a penalty to the Mavericks. Dishes off to Sonder. He'll be looking for a meat pie against his old team. Prince with the ball, he just bounces off his right, slows it down, gives it back to Nathan Jones. Jones to Prince, off the left, dives underneath, and I think that ball was down.
It was. That's a trademark Nathan Jones touchdown, isn't he? Always carries the ball out in front, defensive just hold off, and the master of that low, late dive.
Yeah, you see it here. Prince with the quick ball. Dump pick dummy from Jones, just gets down low. Little lazy defence there from Anthony Nader. Helped the situation, but he is difficult to stop when he gets that close to the line. West now. In the ball in the hands of Jacano. He gives it off to Tachi. Jacano and Tachi working. They're trying to drag the defence out. They're looking to set a static play. Watch Tuma coming in close to the ruck. There he goes, Tuma. He bounces off looking. Oh, he possibly could have popped that ball to Milo Jacano, but the defence again well up to it. Nathan Jones' brother Aaron out there, also an ex-West player before he moved back up home to the Northern Rivers part of New South Wales.
That was an interesting set from West. I wouldn't have thought Trent would try to go short side on his first attacking play. And maybe he just got the touch count wrong. I would think we'll see him wind up his long ball the next time he gets that opportunity.
Yeah, they've given a penalty away here, West. This is going to make it interesting. The Mavericks will look to get deep into the opposition half. So drive in now. Ball there in Pollock's hands, an ex-Australian mixed open player. Working with McCormack and Jones, and here comes Prince on the sweep. He looks for McCormack, he gives it out there, but well read that time by the West defence. Trent Tuma coming across there, also with Dahir. Pollock, he wants Prince around him, he gets him. In comes Jones. Jones drives in, but Prince not in the acting half roll. And he gets out there now, throws a long ball. Oh, I think that's down. I actually think that's down. One of the referees called touch. I thought that was down, Wayne.
Yeah, from our angle, I thought it was down too. Great ball by Princey. Great speed on that pass.
Yeah, it came out of nothing. It wasn't necessarily the greatest setup, but he just used the acceleration once he got out of half, and like you said, the pace on the pass nearly beat the defenders. West now getting into the... There's Rangi with a good long ball out. Oh, an opportunity gone begging. Nader had the opportunity. He had two players outside him with no defenders in front after a great long ball from Kane Rangi.
That was fantastic. They just overloaded this side of the field. All it needed was just through the hands, no cutout. They would have just put it down in the corner.
Yeah, there was no need for the long pass. It just had to go through the hands, as Wayne said. They really need to take their opportunities when they come against this Mooloolaba team. Sonder now driving in. He gives the ball off and through there, and the ball's gone to ground. And that's going to be a changeover.
Yeah, Dave Maher and Gary Sonder combining there. I thought their combination at the recent State of Origin for New South Wales in the 30s was magnificent. Here they go, they get a repeat set. We'll see Dave and Gary set something up here.
Yep, Sonder now, he's fitted in pretty easily into this lineup. Quite a lot of touch with these guys over the years in different levels. Baker with the ball, trying to draw the defenders out. They're looking to get there, it is, and that's going to be a penalty. Yeah, over vigorous Nader in the touch. Mooloolaba wanted the advantage, but the advantage only came because West had stopped due to the penalty being given. Sonder now again. He's given the ball off to Dave Maher. These two, as Wayne said, will be working together. Maher bounces off his left. He looks long. Well read defensively that time as Wiley came in to shut the play down. Sonder with the ball in hand. Goes to Baker. Bar testing. Marr looking to bring them up. Dummies to Baker. And that time, the intercept was attempted by Francis Samia. 6 to go. Giving the Moolumbar Mavericks too many sets on their line here, I think, Wayne.
Yeah, they are, but West, especially that left side, young Wally, I'll call him, has made some fantastic defensive reads out on that wing.
Here they go again. Jones off his left and just testing West out. They've got the penalty for not moving forward that time. Throws long ball to Sonder. He's just fading back in field. He's going to look to take a sub here. Brings on Nathan Jones. He thought, no, I'm going to stay. Nathan's on the field. Jones with the ball. He's going to get under again. And the referee says, yes, that's a touchdown. Anthony Nader actually got up saying, no, I missed him that time. And again, that dangerous Nathan Jones getting close to the line.
Yeah, Nathan Jones is amazing. Did that in his entire career. Just carries the ball out in front of it. Carry the ball out in front of him. A lot of options. Defenders just get nervous around him. I wouldn't call him quick either. So, just carries that ball out in front and got a really, really good low dive.
There you see here, low dive, long arms, able to get that ball over before the touch is made. And good honesty from Western Suburbs. Calling no touch. Chicano now with the ball. They look a little bit lost in attack so far, West. I agree with Wayne, their defence hasn't been too bad, but they do look lost in their attacking structure. Rangi at half. Picks the ball up. He gives it back to Lani Kawalai. Rangi out of half. Nothing having, no look pass out there. Trying to find Elias El Char. And the Mavericks defence was well and truly up to that attacking raid.
Again, I don't understand that play either. Not when you got Trent on the field standing that right link, and surely you set up for his long ball.
Yeah, and look, this is the first time that Kane Rangi's actually played with this particular team, the Eastern Suburbs boy, when he was playing opens. So they still might be taking their time to actually gel and understand the roles that they play. As Moolumbar come out again from half, and there's an opportunity.
Benny Alphabet skipping from half. We christened Benny Alphabet at the Origin team, playing for Queensland 30s.
Yeah, I didn't call him there either. And now Western Suburbs trying to drive. This is typical Western Suburbs play, very direct, but they're going to be hampered here. They're going to give a penalty away.
Forward pass at the ruck, which I thought was a good decision.
Yeah, I'd like to see more of them, to be totally honest. I think there's a lot of forward passes at the ruck that go unchecked in our game, and I'd like to see the referees take a little bit more control of that area. Mavericks now, they send it to the left side of the field. Aaron Jones now with the ball, and that was Baker. Jones looking to bring them up. Marr looking to get out of half. They're still looking to bring the West players up. Jones dumps it, gets a ball back from Marr, back to Dave Marr there. A little interchange of play. Marr with the ball in hand. He's trying to bring the players back inside him. He goes out of half. He goes back to the left-hand side. They're going to dive through again.
Good touch. Steve Tashi?
Yep, Steve Tashi. Very good defender, Steve Tashi. Underrated a lot of times, and that's going to be down. Oh, he's
fantastic finish, but no, he called the head foot out.
Yep, it was unlucky, but it was a great finish. West now, they really need to start something here. They've got a penalty, a piggyback up the field. 17 minutes to go. They're down 2 touchdowns to 0. And you've got to say that the Mavericks have been the best team so far here today. And now the ball in the hands of Gossett. He gets it down in front of Francis Samia. He tries to get through, but the defence is there.
West don't look like they have a plan, Dean. I'm not understanding what they're trying to do in attack at the moment. They had a perfect repeat set there and didn't really seem to set up for anything.
Yeah, it just seems as though it's, let's just pick the ball up and run with it. They don't seem to be running any plays. Toom has been out there on a couple of occasions, and we know the strength of his long ball game, and they haven't gone to it as yet. And I don't want to go down 3 touchdowns as Prince goes. There's the long ball out wide, and that's going to be a touchdown. Cameron Sherwood on the end of another long rocket from Scott Prince. And 3-0 down. We were just saying West didn't want to go 3-0 down. And that's where they find themselves.
Yeah, on Princey's non-preferred side to left to left to right. That's fantastic pass. Another good finish. Finally, number 10 there for Moolumbar gets his try. He was denied about a minute ago.
Yep, here now Tashi with the ball. Tuma going to go out of half this time. This is a lot more like the West that we know. He brings back on the inside Jacano, and they had created the numbers.
They had, and that's what we want to see more of from Trent. He can carry the ball out in front of him. Got a good pass as well. That created an opportunity.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to start to demand the ball as he comes down with the collision on the field. Jones with the ball. He throws it back to the right. It's in the hands of McCormack. McCormack back to Jones. Now it's in the hands of Clancy. He's driving in. He's dancing around. They're trying to bring the West defenders up. They stop at the play now. They give the ball back to Nathan Jones. Off to Clancy. Jones out of half. He goes dummies long. Back to Marr. Marr with the ball. He looks long. Oh, he's been taken in the back by accidentally. Marr's down. There's a touchdown being scored. I think he copped one in the face there as he was throwing the ball.
Yeah, I think it was an accident. Yeah. But if West are going to let Nathan Jones stand 10 metres off their score line and let him just orchestrate the play like that, then 9 times out of 10, that's what Jones is going to do. He's going to create something. I think West need to probably take time off him, a little bit more line speed. See what they can do, because 4-0 it's getting away from them now.
Yeah, they really do. They need to change up what they're doing. It's not working. They're going to have to put some pressure on Moolumbar when they are on their line and start to press. 6 to go now. West really in need of a touchdown. 13:51 to play. Justin Gossage is going to be at half. Nader's got the ball. He rolls it to Gossage. It's back in the hands of Nader. He dumps off to Gossage. Gossage gets down in front of Samia. Samia gives it back to Gossage. There just doesn't seem to be a plan. He's not moving the defence around whatsoever. Rangi trying to get involved now. He wants to get his hands on the ball. At least he's got some movement about him as they attack the line. He's trying to bring him out. He throws it long to Samia. Samia will look to bring Gossage in, but no, they throw the dummy. There's still nothing happening. Gossage out of half. Back to Samia. Samia goes long. It's out wide. They've got the ball, but the referees have found a penalty. That's for a heavy touch there. Again, it just seemed a bit ad hoc. No real set play. No real set plan.
No, but if you watch Mavs' defensive line as well, they're doing what I said West should do. Jones is getting out. When the ball gets across him, Princey gets up and makes a touch. So putting the attack under pressure, they don't really know what option they're going to take at the moment.
Yeah, you can see that from the Mavericks defence. See him push forward hard here, cutting down time on the ball. Tuma now with the ball. He's off to Tachi. Tachi back to Tuma. You see the pressure coming from the Mavericks. Tuma with the ball. He looks a little right. He steps back inside off his right, goes left. He picks up Tashi back on the inside switch. He gets the ball around the Rangi. Rangi throws a long overhead, cut out pass, and great defence there from the Mavericks. You thought for all money West were going to score.
What a touch. That was a fantastic touch.
I think that might have been Clancy that got out there. And now an error there.
Oh, wow. That gives you a lot of energy, doesn't it, as a team to stop that attacking raid. I thought that was a fantastic attack from West. We've been critical, but that was fantastic. Keeping the ball alive, switching. Great defence, though, by Mavs. Stop that.
Yep, it was great defence. Now, can they put another nail in the coffin? It's already starting to get pretty tight. Sonder with the ball in his hands. He dumps it back onside to Marr. Marr out to Pollock. Pollock gets down in front of Jones. He throws a long ball to Marr. He's looking for Sonder. He just throws a dummy. He's beaten Tachi on the outside. And I'll tell you what, there's been an opportunity lost at one end of the field, and the Mavericks have come down the other end and made you pay.
Yeah, how often do you see that, Dean? Like, fantastic attacking raid down that end. Mavs did everything they could to stop it, roll down the field, and just find an easy touchdown. That's a killer.
Yeah, you see Steve Tachi, he knew he was gone. He was beaten on the outside, and there was a great long ball from Nathan Jones that put Dave Maher on his outside of his opponent. West now with an opportunity, but again, no real plan, no real structure. They just seem to be playing off the back of, well, let's just throw it around and see how we go. The Mavericks now, just outside their own half. Jones gets them into the western suburbs with a good drive. Here's his brother Aaron. Aaron gets back in front of Prince. Prince out of there. He gives it to Sonder. Sonder driving at Jones. And, too much downtime, but that was 6 touches. And Gary Sonder is getting a little bit old now. He might have been losing his memory there, and so he's lost the touch count.
He did put the hand up and said, sorry, boys, wrong touch count.
But still a champion player. I think he is about 43 now, maybe 44.
43, okay, yeah, we'll run with that for Gary.
Well, that was the last licence I saw. But,
he is in fantastic form. I thought he was fantastic in the 30s, actually, Dean, like in Origin. For a guy that's in his 40s, I thought he definitely got New South Wales one win in the game that they won. I thought he was instrumental in that. So he's in great form.
He's always been a competitor, and like I said, he's running around in, let's just call it, his 40s, and has only recently finished playing Men's Premier League last year, so a tremendous effort, and he is a competitor. West now, they really need to get on the board. There's 9:28 to play. Many punters, and I know the gentleman beside me doesn't mind a little bit of a punt every now and again, and he got his money on the Mavericks earlier, and I think their price is very much shortened now. And again, nothing happening there for West. The Mavericks' defence was pretty strong.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're put off by it. Mavericks have good foot speed. Their foot speed on the line. I think they're put off. They seem to be creating half opportunities and then just thinking, oh, well, there's no space there, and they're stopping their play at the moment.
And that's part of the way the Mavericks have defended. They've actually put pressure on the attack in their own red zone, where most times you'll see that it's the attack trying to put the pressure on the defence. They've flipped the roles here, and it's working well for them.
You see how much time Nathan has got here on the ball?
Here he gets just a little pop pass around. They go long, they throw it over the shoulder. They created the numbers, but were probably just a fraction too close to the score line that time to capitalise on the efforts. But again, Nathan Jones, he's just out there orchestrating play. He decides whether he's going to go left or right. He's just having a field day at the moment. West now, they're trying to drive it out. It seems as though there's no urgency or no energy in their play.
Yeah, they need to try, don't they? Give them some energy. Get back into the game.
Yeah, they do need a boost of energy. They need something that's better from Gossage. He gets it down in front of Lani. Lani gets the ball back to Gossage. But again, you can see that there's just pressure there. There's no holes opening up. And there's Francis Samir. He's trying to get through a hole, gets it back. There's the flick pass out the back, and that's just a throw and hope. They've got they've got a penalty here. You probably, if you're in the coaching box, you'd probably think about trying to get Tuma back on in this situation. But they've gone with the lineup that's out there. Gossage will come out of the half. There he is. He gives the ball back to the little park, flick pass back inside. It was a nice, neat little play, but the execution wasn't there. And now the Mavericks, and they're just straight back into their run. And they've still got that energy, and Western Suburbs, they're in 6s and 7s defensively. I won't be surprised if there's a penalty, a repeat set, and a touchdown. Nathan Jones. Aaron Jones. He's got it back inside there to Hayden Barker. Or Baker, my apologies. And Prince caught with the ball. Well, that set started promising. West defence was chopped up pretty well.
No, Princey had a few words there. I think he wanted something else on the back end of that set. They sort of just handed it over too easy.
Yeah, he's not a competitor at all, is he?
No, he doesn't look like he takes it seriously.
Rangi and Tuma now on the field. They've been the two that have been most likely for West so far. There's Rangi out of half, throws a long cutout ball out to the wing of Daher, and Daher just puts that one down, but it was well covered by the Mavericks.
I'd like to see Kane take off there, at least try to bend the line and maybe a switch back. They've got to actually try to bend the Mavericks line at some point here. They're not going to beat them for foot speed.
Yeah, you would normally see Kane do that, but I do know that he has got into this game with a torn groin. And you just see a little bit of strapping. Mavericks go through here, through the guts, and that looks like a long ball out. That was Baker who went through.
Good
It
touch.
was a good touch.
Yeah.
Baker thought there was a touchdown on. Yeah, but I'm saying that Rangi has gone in this game with a torn groin muscle, so that obviously hampers his ability to take off at speed and look to bend the line, as you were suggesting. And that's a consequence of this tournament. It's a tough event to win. You play a lot of games over 3 days. It's been hot this weekend. And the physicality comes into a state cup, and it's one of the beauties of the event. Samia now out of half. He goes back off his right to Tachi. I think that pass is going to be late. And yet that's the way it's been refereed.
Aaron Jones with his 9-foot frame there managed to get his 2 feet behind the line and reach out. Just got him as he before he got that ball away.
Yes, it kind of reminds me of that Howard Hughes playing the Spruce Goose when he gets those wings out. He has a long, long reach. Here's Sonder now. He's driving up the halfway. Prince of the half. He gives it to Nathan Jones and Pollock. These two have gone back a long way playing together. Jones out of half. He goes to the left. Comes back inside right to Pollock. He's out of half again. He's got this just playing with the defence at the moment. Throws out long. They get across the line. And that's going to be number 6. And it is just the Nathan Jones show.
It is. He was one of my favourite players to watch playing the game when he was at his peak, playing men's open, doing exactly the same things there. I keep harping on it, but just the way he carries the ball out in 2 hands, he's got all of those options. What a pass! That's a left to right. What, 30-metre pass?
Yeah.
There by Jonesy?
Yep. And he's been doing it his whole career, and he's even though he's gone into the 30s, he's still just orchestrating it. As great a player he is, Western Suburbs are kind of giving him an armchair ride here. They're just hanging off him. They let him play with time, and you can't let a player of Nathan Jones' class play with that much time. Here's Toomer now. He's looking long and knocked down. It was well read there. Dave Maher read it. 6 more plays, so you will see Toomer look to set play. He's working with Rangi again and Tachi. There's Toomer with the ball. They're bringing the defence up. Tachi looks to go to half. A little bit of a hook there by Toomer, but he got away with it. He goes long to the wing. The wing steps inside, gives it back to Rangi. Rangi dives for the line, and the referee's called ball down. And Ben the Alphabet, as Wayne Grant christened him, has got across there, but and you can see Kane Rangi there just grabbing the groin as well. But yeah, that was far better from West.
It was better,
At
wasn't
least
it?
they had a plan that time.
Yeah, and using their strength with this Trent's pass, that's a great pass. And a good back inside ball from young Wiley, who I thought has had a
He's had a fair game. He's had a fair game out there defensively. Young Wiley, as we're calling him, apparently. Anyway, the Mavericks now in control of this game, 6-1 with 2:40 to play. The championship in the men's 30s of the State Cup will be heading north once again. In the ruck there, that's going to be a penalty. And I'll tell you what, I think the referee's going to say it's a professional foul. Yeah, forced up. Sonder now with the ball. Oh, that left foot step isn't as what it used to be, is it? Not like in the heyday. He used to play against Gary. He was 17. He used to play for a team called the Redskins down at Shark Park when we were playing down there at Cronulla. Oh, Toomer's come in and he's cleaned Princey up and says sorry for that. Princey just looking at him going, what hit me? He's having a laugh at Toomer.
Yeah, I think Trent actually tried to stop. He did. He tried to stop. You could see that coming.
Princey's saying, didn't I give that rugby league caper up 5 years, 6 years ago? And there's another one coming in. This time it's going to be a penalty. There's 1:35 to go.
I don't think there's much in those. They're just in the game.
The referee's
that's a loss.
Sinned in. The crowd not liking that call. And probably, look, on the back of Trent's collision and another collision straight after, the referees do need to take control of the game, and they seem to take control that way. And I agree with you. I don't think there's any malice in it. It's just men being men on occasions. So Mavericks now. Prince, he'll be loving this. He's only got 5 defenders in him. He's out of half. He throws long to Aaron Jones, a little bit behind him. Aaron Jones comes back off the right, gives it back inside to Baker, unmarked. And they put another one on the board. You can see Prince there and Trent Toomer just embracing, and no hard feelings.
13, Hayden Baker.
Collision or tackle, whichever you want to call it.
Yeah.
You can see just off the right there. Numbers short.
With 5, with Mavericks foot speed, you didn't do well to stop a try there.
Yep, and now Western Suburbs. I wanted to get one here for a little bit of pride. 22 seconds to play. They're down 7-1. They want to finish on a high note. There's Rangi with the custom. Oh, he's put the ball down. The referees have called it. Well, the referees are going all the way back down here, and they've said there's an illegal substitution by the looks of it. It's got to be a professional foul. It's silly, but the game is all over. The referees are, there's going to be more dramas now.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee
Referee just
signal
wants
any
the
draw
last play
matches.
taken. Aaron Jones will just take it up. They've won this game. It was played in great spirits. It was played a little bit hard and tough, but it was played in very good spirits. And you can see there, congratulations to the Wollongbar Mavericks. They have put a bit of a clinic on there, led by Nathan Jones. Fantastic game by Nathan.
Yeah, that was a good game. That was a good game to watch. Nathan Jones, fantastic performance in a final, but Wollongbar, too much foot speed, too many legs. West looked like they'd had a hard tournament. Just couldn't bring it out in the final when they needed some energy. So well done, Mavs boys. That was pretty emphatic performance.
Yeah, and like we spoke about during the game, one of the beauties of the State Cup is the physicality of it, not in the way that they play, but the physicality to get through all the games over the 3 days, get into the final, still have your running legs with you to be able to take advantage. Thank you also to Wayne Grant for joining us here on this coverage from the Regional Sports Stadium, where we're in State Cup Grand Final day, and we'll be back shortly with the Women's B between Eastern Suburbs and Parramatta. Welcome back here to the Regional Sports Stadium at Port Macquarie. We're about to start the Women's B Division being played between the Eastern Suburbs Roosters and Parramatta. And I'm joined here now by Australian Mixed Open coach Mick Lovett. Welcome, Mick.
Yeah, thanks, Dean. Looks like a great game here this afternoon.
Yeah, the Parramatta girls played in the Division 1 Grand Finals of Vorden Cup. Unfortunately, unsuccessful that day, playing a very strong Manly team, but they will fancy their chances here today as their first attacking raid really goes to nothing. Now, Eastern Suburbs, a good long run here, driving out of there by Georgia Carroll, I think, and the Roosters, the early yardage down the middle of the field now. Another dummy step inside. Parramatta defence is a little bit loose. And that's Fontes now with the ball. Oh, heavy collision there. And they'll get the penalty. Fontes with the ball. Goes off to the right-hand side. They're playing at early pace and speed, the Roosters. The long ball back into the hands of Morgan. She's looking to get it down in front of Watchman. They're bringing the defence up. You can see them slowing the play down, trying to bring them up. Watchman with the ball in the hands of Fountas. Again, slowing the play down. They want the defence out. Looking to release Carroll out of there. There's the sweep. She goes back off a left-hand side. The ball over the top. The referees have said the pass was late. No, he's calling a late pass. I have to agree with that decision. I thought, on looking at it, the pass was late.
Yeah, good structured setup there. They sent that sweep around, done with the sweep and came back to the short side. So nice little play there from the Roosters.
Yeah, it was actually well read by the Parramatta link and wing defence too. They're putting the pressure on and making those passes, having the loop over the top, and hence why the pass was late. Parramatta now driving down the field. Pagano with the ball. She drives into the defensive lineup. There's good run here this time from the Parramatta girls. Back off the right-hand foot, and she's around there. No, the referee has said that Dalloway was caught in possession, and that'll be a change over the acting half court.
Yeah, the Roosters come to their sub-box here straight away, looking to get some fresh legs on and continue their midfield movement of the ball.
Yep, this is the first set of subs that the Roosters have taken. Well, the referee's called that forward, and I am a fan of them picking up more forward passes off the ruck, so I can't argue with that. Now Parramatta spreading the ball straight across the field, looking to get across to their box, obviously looking to bring players in. Dalloway with the ball. The drive in, caught up right there in the ruck. I want to bend a bit more and get the ball down early, and the pass goes to ground. And it looks a nervous start so far from Parramatta, and I thought probably of the two teams, I would have thought that the Roosters might have been a little bit more nervous.
Yeah, well, they're not showing that, Dean, at the moment. They're quite willing to use the ball a little bit more. They're full of running. They'll get some good opportunities.
And here goes Roosters. That's Bronte Shelley at half. She's the daughter of Australian Hall of Famer Darren Shelley playing for the Roosters. And out of half again. Good speed. Here they go around on the sweep back to the right-hand side of the field. They chopped it, looking to jump it back down on the left. And Bella Cable there was sweeping around, looking to dump the ball back inside to Erin Squadrito. Another famous name in the New South Wales touch landscape, daughter of Dom Squadrito. And there's a man who could not only play but talk as well. And that time.
Interesting to see if the Roosters come back to that play, because there's a lot of space outside on this left edge when the sweepers step back. So interesting to see if they come back to that.
Again, Parramatta looking to get the players over towards their box to get fresh legs out there. The referee's called the play offside, the stop-start. They could have found a penalty, but they've let it go. And now Parramatta driving into the Roosters' half. There's Dalloway with the ball. She ships it off out there.
Ball's down there from the Parramatta side. East have got the ball on the far edge, on the right edge of the play, looking to shift the ball back to the middle and get some fresh legs here on the subs.
Yeah, they sweep around well. There's Shelley. She throws a long ball. They picked up a penalty. That's going to be a piggyback down the field.
Yeah, they just rolled on, let all fresh legs in the last 2 minutes look like they're just about to come. Ball transitioning back through to the middle again here. They'll shift the ball across.
It's in the hands of Alice Morgan. She's at half again. They drive deep in now. Morgan will look to go from half. She's out off to the right-hand side of the field. She's around the first defender, but no, Dalloway's made a good touch. And we'll come back to Parramatta. They'll work their way down the field. Well, could have been a penalty there for throwing the ball away.
Very lucky, I think.
Could have just handed it to her, but instead she went to flick behind the back and it didn't execute real well. There's Dalloway. She's down in front of Barton.
The Roosters are loading up here with their shooters.
Yep, the Parramatta, the bits. Look, there's forward. She drives forward. They need a bit more of that, and this is better from the Parramatta Eels. Driving hard is again caught up right in the ruck, but they've picked up a penalty. The referee's saying, I don't want that heavy pushing into the ruck. Now, what the Parramatta got? They're going to have a set of 6 now inside the Roosters' red zone. The ball in the hands of B. Dumps the ball, they come out, they're coming to the right-hand side of the field. Slowing the play down. Went pretty early, B. I think they were expecting to drive in rather than holding the ball up, so they're now going to have to reset. B dragging the ball out, she drives into the flick line. They're out of half, they go to the right. The pass was just out in front. The ball gone to ground.
And not a lot of patience shown there by the Parramatta side. A little bit tentative in their setup as well.
Roosters now, they look to drive to their box, looking to get the fresh troops out there. And there is Morgan again. She's had a strong start to the game. Watchman this time. She drives in, gets held up in the ruck. It's in the hands of Fontas, but they've picked up a penalty. Over-aggressive in the touch was the ruling by the referee.
Yeah, I think that both teams need to settle down a little bit here in the ruck. They're sort of struggling a bit to understand what the referees are calling here. They're quite strong on the ruck interpretations at the moment.
Fontas with the ball. Just bringing them forward. They drive in now, not square, and the referees picked that up, and it's going to be a changeover. Unfortunate for the Roosters, they were creating an opportunity.
Yeah, I think, Dean, the first team that settles down here a little bit and get the rest is a bit of momentum will benefit the most.
Yeah, within the Roosters, I think, have had the better of the play, and the coaching staff might be a little bit disappointed. So far, they haven't been able to put any touchdowns on the board.
Well, Dom's trying to rally his troops down there at the moment. There's a lot of energy in the sub-box here, Dom.
Yeah, a lot of energy any time with Dom. I think there's a lot of energy when Dom goes to sleep.
I think you're right, mate. I think you're right.
He's actually done a very good job to get these girls through to the final. Like I said, Parramatta probably would have started favourites, given their recent form. But so far, it's the Roosters who have played like they're more the favourites.
Yeah, I think they're just taking the game up to them. They're very aggressive in the midfield. They're pushing up, making nice strong touches, prevent the run from the Parramatta side.
Yeah, and Parramatta now through Bissett there. And they've got the ball out there. So Dalloway could have got the ball to Simbolan, but a very good touch there by Fountas as she's come across and shut the play down. Simbolan at half. She gives it back to Dalloway. Dalloway just bringing the defenders up. Again, they're looking to bring the sweeper around. And there's Bissett on the sweep. She goes long outside, and the ball over the head of the defence there. Oh, sorry, of the attacker. And that was young Gordon there. Had an opportunity to take that pass and possibly put the first touchdown on the board, but ball went to ground, and now the Roosters from deep in their own corner working forward. A good drive there from Fountas.
Yeah, great yards.
A short 5 there. Might pick up a penalty here shortly, the Roosters, and get a piggyback down the field. And now through the hands. The ball's in the hands of Squadrito, but the 6 to go.
That's the mistake they were looking from out of the Parramatta girls there. Like the strike dump was coming. Just keep their hands out of that play would have been a lot better.
Squadrito with the ball. She fades across in front of Carroll. She gives the ball now to Carroll. She has a good turn of speed, trying to get on the outside of a defender, but it doesn't eventuate. Carroll with the ball again. Squadrito talking to her players. She's got Smith outside her. Smith with the ball now. Here comes Carroll on the sweep. Sweeping around. She dives for the line. The referee's saying here, she's saying she's lost the ball. Simbolan coming across. I'm not sure she made the touch, but Carroll looks like she's lost that. She dived for the line, but not a bad structured play from the Roosters.
Yeah, they're moving the team quite laterally. They took the ball to the far sideline and got it back, opened the space for the sweeper to come in. So good set-up play from the Roosters.
There's Dalloway driving forward for the Eels, trying to get some momentum, trying to get some energy as they bring fresh legs onto the field. There's a penalty, over-aggressive that time, and that goes against Fraser.
Yeah, it's probably disappointing for the Parramatta. They're starting to get a little bit of run there, starting to lift their foot speed up and get their flow out of their sub-box, which is it's become a bit more of a battle here in the midfield there.
Smith pops the ball over the top there, and it's in the hands of Mona. Smith with the ball out of half again. Oh, sorry, that was not Smith, that was Vitano. But it was caught acting half Vitano. And now Parramatta through forward. It's in the hands of Barton. Barton gets down in front of Fraser. Barton coming back on the sweep. She's got the ball. They created numbers, but Ford went back on the inside. But there's still an opportunity. Barton back inside. Hits it off there to Fraser. Fraser getting caught up right in the touch. And Barton out of half goes to the left-hand side of the field. It looks like Bissett there with the ball. And Bissett's got it out of half. She goes off her right, gives it to Barton, chopping into the hole. The touch is made. A very good touch.
Great scramble defence there by the Roosters. On the strike depth there, the 31 for the Roosters was really strong and delayed it just enough to give one bit of time.
Yeah, I think that was Casey Shelley who made that touch and had to be made, otherwise it would have been the Eels who would have opened up the scoring here. Shelley at half. As they drive forward now, the Roosters, in the hands of Watchman.
I'd like to see the Roosters go a little lateral out of the sub-box here. There's plenty of space on the right edge when they come out.
Cable dumps it down in front of Smith. Smith off the left, she gives it back to Cable. The referee's going to say no, that's a late pass. I have to agree with that decision.
Great work, Buckley. That's really good flow from them.
Yeah, I think both teams are starting to open up a little bit now, and while it's nil all with 18 minutes to play, this one could open up for a number of touchdowns in a quick succession.
Yeah, I think both teams are starting to loosen up a little bit here, get a little bit of confidence.
On come Parramatta, they're flowing in from the sideline off the sub-box, a bit sideways. Dalloway, she'll take it forward. She gives it off, I think, to B, but there's Dalloway out of half again. She looks inside, she finds B. But the referee said that's 6 touches. The Roosters now with the ball. They look to get to their box through Watchman. The Roosters again driving forward. That time it was through Cable. And Smith. The ball's in the hands of Mona. She finds Squadrito. Squadrito dumps it forward. Forward there is Morgan. She goes a long ball out. But the referee's found the penalty for hooking.
Yeah, got the hooking. Good call from the ref there too, from Squadrito. Grabbed hold of that middle and yanked it sideways.
Not something a father would have ever done when he was playing.
Never would have seen it in his debut.
It was great to be able to play against Dom and also play with him. You always knew you were in a contest. Another one of those great competitors who've played this sport. As Parramatta make a what could be an expensive error trying to get out of their half. They've turned it over. They're going to give the Roosters 6 touches inside the Parramatta half. The ball in the hands of Squadrito. She gets it across to Morgan. Morgan's got Mona underneath her. There's Mona at the half. She gives it back to Squadrito, just bringing the play up. Shelley comes in now. Shelley's looking to dump it. She gets it off to Morgan. In comes Squadrito around on the switch, but they go back left. Shelley throws the dummy. She gives a little basketball pass out to Morgan. And Darren Shelley will be very proud of that little play.
Yeah, I think they ran that play early before and couldn't quite get the pass away. So they've gone back to it on the second opportunity here, and they've got the cookies here, Dean, on this one.
Yeah, you see it here with the replay. Little dummy there, gets him behind the defensive line. And that little push basketball pass to Morgan. And the Roosters, they open the scoring with 16:30 to play. 1-0 over Parramatta.
Nice show and go there from the girls.
Dalloway now. She's probably, there goes Barton. Barton, also the daughter of a famous touch footballing father. And her 2 brothers play in the Parramatta men's open team.
Yeah, they've had a pretty good successful tournament here too this weekend, the Parramatta boys playing the semi-final out the back at the moment.
That's Bissett. She gets it Dalloway. Good hands. But just couldn't get the pass away there to Zubrik.
The Roosters will be looking to get a nice strong subset here, so after a score, completions will be really important for them here.
And the referee wants to take it in field.
Yeah,
Fountas with the ball.
On the wrong blade of grass there, Dean. That's what was happening there.
Anyway, Fountas now drives it forward. There's Smith taking a really good drive forward. Here come the Roosters through Shelley. Now they'll find Morgan. Is there going to be a penalty? And Shelley picked up the penalty in favour of the Roosters. They're going to have a set of 6 inside the Parramatta half. They're going to look to double up here and see if they can go to 2. And now the ball in the hands of Cable. She throws the dummy. It's Watchman at half. She finds Morgan. Morgan gives to Shelley back on the inside. She's down in front of Morgan. Morgan out of half. She floats to the left. She throws the long ball. I think that's floated forward, and I'd agree with that call from the referee. But again, another well set up attacking play from the Roosters.
Yeah, I think Parramatta just need to get back to get a completed set here. A little bit of pressure at the moment. They're a little bit rattled after the try and giving away a couple of penalties. So
Yeah, there's Ford driving it forward. They're into the east half. Morgan was offside there, but the referee's he's going to pick her up. He was trying to play advantage, but when the advantage wasn't there, he's gone back and given the penalty. It looked like Vergona with the touch. I think she's found B with the ball. She wants B to come back to her, but Vergona there now. She's given the ball off to, that looks like it's Pellegrea at half. Just floats out to the left-hand side of the field, back to B. Vergona wants B down in front. There it is, there's Pellegrea on the little Rooster play, nothing happening, but they're going to pick up another penalty. Offside with the Roosters.
They lacked a little bit of cohesion here at the moment, dealing with the Parramatta girls, so need to see a bit more experience from the shots caller out here at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's where the coach has gone. He's bringing Dalloway straight back into the attacking lineup.
Yeah, good call.
Hillgrave, she gets it back to Vergona. Oh, nearly a wasted opportunity. And see, that was a response of the game, of the play before, that pass didn't necessarily need to be thrown. They could have gone through the phase and possibly scored. And Dominic Squadrudo down in the sub-box there for the Roosters was very happy with that defensive effort.
Yeah, he's calling the shots here. He's organising his troops coming out of that subset.
The ball in Fountas' hands. She brings it back inside now to Erin Squadrudo, daughter of Coach Dom Squadrudo.
I think the Parramatta side just need to settle down here a little bit. There's been a lot of rough touches, and we're getting a full sub here, I think.
Yep, there's Fountas. She takes advantage. She runs off. She gives the Squadrudo. She's down at half. She's going to look long here. She gives it out. There's an opportunity. Oh, she's got through. The touch was made. That was blown opportunity. I think Mona should have given the pass there. She had plenty of opportunity, and the winger would have scored. She could have had a picnic, packed it up, and still got the ball down before the defence got there.
Yeah, a little bit of selfish play there. Should have been just an easy 2-on-1 conversion there, Dano.
All right, there's Squadrudo with the ball. Now the dummies to Fountas as Carroll takes off. She's got good speed, and they've made up for it. And that was great speed out of half from Carroll. She finds Mona, and Mona scores this time. And now the Eastern Suburbs with 12:30 to play lead 2 touchdowns to 0.
Yeah, they're full run at the moment, the Roosters.
Yeah, Carroll showed good speed early, and you see here out of half, she throws the dummy, takes off, she gets on the outside of Vergona and just finds a gaping hole to bring Mona through. And the East, as you said, Mick, they're full of running and full of confidence.
Yeah, they're looking the goods here at the moment. Got control of the game, midfield and line attack at the moment.
Yeah, and good defensive structure, although there's been a penalty there for offside. There would be a lot of positive energy coming out of the box with Coach Squadrudo. He'd be really willing his charges on here to defend strongly.
Yeah, he's got both fence pumping at the moment.
And there's a long ball out, and there's an opportunity. I actually think that ball was down.
That might be down, I reckon.
I think it was down. What's the referee's call here? No, they're saying the touch was made.
Yeah, it was close.
Yeah, it was close. Ford gets the long ball out to B. She now passes it out. And it's in the hands of the created numbers there. That was Bissett with the ball. Ford. She finds Pellegray. I would have Dalloway out there, but the coach has gone with this lineup. B at half. It's on the last. She goes to Bissett. Bissett floating across the field. And there was nothing really happening in that set. And I think this is where coach intervention can really play a big part in these type of games.
Yeah, their middles are getting flustered at the moment. The Roosters' middles are pushing up hard off the line and negating their play and their organisation at the moment. So
now the Roosters looking to work it out of their own half. They're trying to get to their box. And there's Smith with a good drive. Now in the hands of Watchman. She drives now into the Parramatta half. They'll pick up Morgan. There's Morgan. She's got Squadrudo on her outside. She gives it to Squadrudo. She picks up Morgan on the wrap. They flick the ball out wide, but the forward pass there from Georgia Carroll.
That's the right play, Dean. That right edge at the moment is way open. They're getting 4 and 5 players into this ruck close to this subset here for East. So when they shift that ball, all they need to do is get a nice dump and run a sweeper out there, and then I think they'll get more opportunities out on that right edge.
Yeah, and they just look to be, with faster foot speed at the moment than Parramatta. And it's Parramatta are in the attacking zone now. There's Dalloway. She gets the ball out. An opportunity now. She goes from half. Dalloway, she's got the players on the outside. She turns it back inside. Possibly should have kept going. And we were saying earlier, it's one of the beauties of the State Cup. It is such a physical event. You've played so many games over the 3 days. You've got to get to the final. But still the same running in your legs as you had in the beginning. And for mine at the moment, the Chooks seem to have that running.
Yeah, they're full of running at the moment. The key with this tournament is everyone thinks it's a bit easy because it's only half an hour, but you don't get a half-time break. So the players don't get an opportunity to rest, but also the coaches don't get a chance to talk to their troops. They've got to do a lot more work in one-on-ones in the sub-box to make corrections, and that's maybe where Parramatta's struggling at the moment.
And there's Fountas with the ball. She drops it back in on the inside to Cable. Cable had a good drive. Fountas came out of half. But it was a late pass, and that's the correct call from the referee.
Yeah, the Apton half's got to run straighter there so he can get the penalty. The moment she kicked off, then the ref's not going to give that penalty.
Barton with the ball. She's been fairly strong for Parramatta, and so is Dalloway, who she passed to. Those are the two players I think that Parramatta are going to have to look to as they drive in now deep into the eastern suburbs half. There's Simbolan with the ball. She gets it down in front. It's Pellegray who gets out to Simbolan on the left. There's an opportunity here. They've blown it. Oh, it was a catch and pass 2-on-1 situation. And down 2-0 with 8:40 to play. You really need to take those opportunities and put the pressure back on the Roosters.
Great football there, but great run out of the box.
Yeah, and it was a really set-up play. They did everything right except give the last pass. There's a penalty here. Or the
Late pass, I think it is, or offside?
No, offside is called. So Eastern Suburbs, they'll be looking to get out of their half again. And there's Fountas. She's had a strong game. Ball in the hands now of Summer Hayes. They'll find Morgan in the open. She'll look to shift. No, she's going to get down in front of Smith. Smith now, they're looking to bring Carroll in and use that leg speed. She's very quick off the mark, Carroll.
They're looking for a sweeper for her here, I reckon.
Yep, and here she comes around the sweep. Well called by the... And that's why he's the Australian mixed open coach. He picked that play. Unfortunately, they couldn't execute, but he picked it early. And there's a bad error.
Mate, there was those 2 minutes open like Sydney Heads there when she come around that sweep. That was a definite touchdown for the Roosters. It was lost there.
Yeah, the Roosters should actually try and go back and run that same play again. It's Morgan now with the quickie. She dives through. The touch is made and correct call by the referees.
It'd be interesting to see if they just run a little quarterback here, because if she steps back off that quickie, that link is nowhere to be seen on that left edge there for Parramatta.
So Smith with the ball. She gives it back now to Morgan. The two of them between them. There's Smith. She gets on the outside of a player. Oh, ankle tap. Great touch, because if that touch isn't made, she scores. And that might have been put the glasses down.
I reckon they're coming again here for the sweeper. So
yeah, they brought Carroll in this time. Here she goes. They're going to bring Carroll in.
She's going to take off from half.
Yeah, but now she goes back the other way. Good hands out there, but it was late pass. I would have liked to see that. I know what they were trying to do. They showed the sweeper earlier, but there was an opportunity with the sweeper. I would have liked to see them go back to the sweeper play rather than cut back against the grain like they did there.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dino. I think they ran the first one and they actually had the Parramatta Eels on toast there. So I think they should keep going back to that channel where they come with that foot player on speed. Just get her moving with the ball live rather than not being live with the ball when she comes from half.
There's 6:20 to play. The Roosters are leading 2-0. There's still plenty of time for Parramatta to get back into this one. And they're out of half now. They've found Barton. They'll be looking to bring Bee around on the sweep. She's got the ball now in her hands. Ford will be looking to go to half. She's going to go to the open side. She goes long and well read by the defence there. The pass wasn't executed as well as she probably would have liked. But the Eastern Suburbs Roosters, that was a good set-up play from Parramatta, but their defence was equal to it.
Yeah, that pass is probably a little bit big for the Parramatta side at the moment. Maybe to come off a county setup, so the pass is a little bit smaller for them. There's definitely space out on that right edge there on the Roosters.
And here go the Roosters again. They're sweeping around. They bring the ball back in with Mona. Fountas out of half. She comes to the left-hand side of the field. She's trying to get outside B, but doesn't get the execution that she wanted on the pass. And the ball goes to ground. And now Parramatta deep in their own half. 5:28 to play. The time now is also part of the enemy. And there's a good long ball from Ford, releasing the wing. Parramatta driving forward again. She gets to halfway. They bring the fresh troops on now. And there's Pellegray. She gets the ball down. Sorry, not Pellegray. Now Dalloway with that's Pellegray. Dalloway and Pellegray. Well, they'll be working. Dalloway with the ball. This little referee's called play through. The defence is offside. She goes long to the wing. But great defence from Eastern Suburbs to get across there. I think that was Lani Brescianen to get across there and shut that play down. I thought the Parramatta were going to score for all money.
Yeah, the Roosters are just keep hanging in here at the moment. They're losing a little bit of their momentum at the moment. Their midfield is not as aggressive as it was early, so they're allowing Parramatta to get back in on the drive.
Yeah, an error there from the Roosters. They've got 6 touches in the attacking zone. Barton with the ball. Parramatta have to score, and they have to score now if they want to get back into this game. Barton with the ball. They've got 6 sets. They've got Barton and Dalloway out there. They're the 2 players you would want out there at the way they've played so far.
Yeah, he's a sweeper for him.
The sweeper, they bring it around. The pass goes to ground. And you know what? There's still plenty of time. Like there's 4:13 to play, Mick. That's probably 8 sets on this game still to play. So there's still opportunities for them to get back in. But you've just really felt that they had to score then.
Yeah, just a little bit more patience, get a little bit wider off the ruck there. The sweeper's really tight, which means that pass has got to be absolutely perfect to get to the player that's coming around. It's very easy to make a mistake.
The Roosters on the run now. In the ball in the hands of Cable. She gets it down in front of Carroll. Carroll dummies. It's the same play they ran earlier in the first to score again. They'll be looking to create. Carroll running everywhere in goal. Oh!
That would have been forward anyhow.
I think it might have been forward. She ran everywhere in there, but that was the same play they scored off earlier. They haven't.
We've got them at 6s and 7s when she starts to run the footy.
Yeah, she's got pace and she's bringing it for leg speed. She's getting on the outside. Parramatta now, Vergona, they look tired. They look like they've had a big weekend playing touch football, and they're having to cash their tickets right now.
Plenty of run here still, Dean.
Simbolan with the ball. She's looking to get down in front of forward. Forward's out of half. She dummies them. She goes through. She's through the ruck. She's gone through. She's looking long. She'll go long to she's got the gridiron pass. Oh, and all it needed was a simple pass. That's 3 times Parramatta, you've got to say, who had the opportunity to get back in this game. And
you've got to really make sure of those. Like the time they score that, they're still in this game. It's really tight at the moment. A little bit more patience. Roosters are here on the shift to their sub-box.
Some days your day is just not in. The Roosters driving forward to the sub-box.
Big touch here.
Yeah, they're going to give a penalty away. They know too. Now, 2:30 to play. 2-0 up. I can hear her in the background. She's not singing yet, but she is warming up, Michael.
Yeah, I think there's got to take something special here from the Eels to get back in here, but the Roosters are still full of running.
Squadrudo out of half. She brings Shelley back on her inside. Shelley throws the dummy. She gets down in front of Smith. Smith to Squadrudo. Nothing really happens. She's got a long dive there, but...
No, that's good. She just wastes the clock here.
Yeah, a little bit slow motion. And 2 to play. They're up by 2.
Coach Squadrudo here should be talking to his troops. He'll be knowing how to waste the clock from his experience.
I don't think you have any trouble having Coach Squadrudo talk about anything.
That's true, Dean. That is true.
Parramatta now. They have to go the length of the field. There's 1:46 to play. They have to score this set for mine. Otherwise, it'll be the troops. They've got a leg up here. They've got a penalty. 10 short of their own side of halfway. They've got to drive forward, not going across the field. The ball back inside to Barton. Barton gets down in front of Dalloway. These are the 2 girls that they're putting their faith in. Dalloway at half. She's out to Barton. Barton's got the ball. She's driving in. Watch for Dalloway to go here. She's out. She goes off the right. She's looking to play but the defence with that. Well, a penalty.
Repeat set here for change of direction.
Yep, so that's an opportunity now. Barton with the ball. 1:06 to play. They need to score, and they need to score now. She drives it back inside. It's with Dalloway. She's down in front of Barton. Barton gets it for the quickie back to Dalloway, but well read by Smith there defensively.
Yeah, the Roosters are holding their line here really good, just taking their time.
Yeah, well-drilled line-up here. So there's going to be another penalty, so another set, but you know what? There's 45 seconds to go. And if you want to see some fireworks, it's a 4 sub. If you want to see some fireworks and somebody celebrates, it's going to be a long pass. How much could have gone wrong? If the Roosters get home here with 32 seconds to go, I'd suggest get the cameras on the coach, Dom Squadrudo, and he's got the hands up already. He's really happy with that defensive set. I think he thinks they're home with 21 seconds, and I believe they are. They just have to hold the ball and drive it through. And it's been an impressive game from the Roosters. Well deserved their win.
Yeah, they were full run. A lot of patience in their attack and completions of their sets. They really made an error when they were coming to their sub box. When you're able to complete your set of six and build pressure, then that makes a big difference in big game.
There it is. The Roosters have won the 2018 Women's B, and they're happy and celebrating. There's the President John Ryan, who's over there with the coach Don Squadrino. They're very happy with that result.
Yeah, they've got a bit of a love in there going on at the moment.
Yeah, and they deserve their victory. They have a fuller run. They had some really nice set plays, but their defence was really solid. And I think that's something that, knowing Don Squadrino, that's something to be really proud of.
Yeah, their midfield was really impressive then. They didn't, early in the game, they didn't let the young Parramatta side come out of the sub box. They were nice and strong and physical. They got up in their face. They delayed the roller balls, which allowed the opportunities for their other players that weren't in the touch to get on side, which really affected the way the Parramatta played here.
Congratulations to the Eastern Suburbs Roosters, 2018 Women's B Premiers. We'll be back shortly with the Men's B between the University of New South Wales and the Parramatta Eels.